Hi guys, and today I've got for you the brand new, all new Suzuki e-Vitara, Suzuki's first electric car. And coincidentally, since I'm filming this on the occasion of Diwali, happy Diwali to all of you that celebrate, this car is actually fully Indian. It's Indian born and bred. This is an immigrant. But this immigrant is not from Japan, it's from India. It's a joint venture between Suzuki and Maruti Suzuki. And so this is the first global electric vehicle exported from India. Right, so as usual, I'll put all the spec and information on the screen, but I will tell you a few things about the car, starting with the price, because that is one of the most important things these days when it comes to EVs. And the fact is that this on-the-road regular pricing is about £30,000 starting up to about just under £38,000. However, they are currently running a grant, a Suzuki grant. So not a government grant, but sort of to match that, they're running a grant of £3,750 until December. That will see the entry price drop to as low as 26.5 to actually 26,250, I should say. And for the top of the range car, which as I said was just under 38, you're actually looking at £34,000. So this is actually quite a bit of a bargain. So what are you getting? You're actually getting two battery options. You get a 49 kilowatt hour battery, you get a 61 kilowatt hour battery. The 49 is the basic model, it only comes with two-wheel drive. The 61, however, it comes with two-wheel drive and ALLGRIP all-wheel drive as well. Basic car gets 144 horsepower, then you get 174 horsepower for the two-wheel drive 61 kilowatt, and then you get 183 horsepower for the 61 kilowatt all-wheel drive, ALLGRIP, but also you get more torque with that. The torque actually goes up significantly to 307 newton meters, whereas the regular car on both of the other two regular cars, the 144 horsepower and the 174, it's only 193 newton meters. I say only, but you know what, that's plenty. It's good enough to get the basic car up to 62 miles per hour in 9.6 seconds, and then this one, which is actually the two-wheel drive Ultra in the signature green color, this is 8.7 seconds, and then if you get the ALLGRIP with the 300 newton meters, that is 7.4 seconds. So what I'll do is, as usual, I'll take a walk around the car, show you a few bits and pieces about it. We'll check out the boot, we'll check out the rear, we'll check out the front, and of course we're going to take it for a drive, and we're going to take the all-wheel drive version off-roading as well.
A brown car guy. Brown car guy.
Designed and built in India, in Gujarat actually, at the massive Maruti Suzuki plant there. This one looks very different from your regular Vitara. It's got quite a substantial front design on it, difference to the regular car. In fact, it's got much more presence, I would say, and a really kind of futuristic, rough and tough sort of look about it. They're talking about it as high-tech and adventure design language. It's got short overhangs, 185 millimeter of ground clearance. So as we'll find out later, we'll see if it can do the rough stuff. A kind of grill-less nose, I should say, and that is actually made of Durabio plastic. I think I pronounced that correctly, and so that's sustainable plastic, if you like. Now this car is very important for Suzuki because this is their first EV in the market. They've been desperate for one, and it's also for India as well. It's, I think 50% of the production is going to be export to Europe. In the UK, we're amongst the first country. I think we are the first country, in fact, to get it. The sister car to this is going to be the Toyota Urban Cruiser, so that's going to come later in the year or early next year. And next year, in fact, in 2026, Suzuki are expecting to sell 8,000 of these and looking for 7 to 8% of the market share for this segment of car. The Urban Cruiser and this one, the rear design is actually very similar on both cars, but the front is actually quite different. So they're going for a completely different look on the Toyota. Well, I think I prefer this one, to be honest with you. So it looks fantastic. Got big 19-inch rims on this thing, which I think are a little bit too big for this car. And it's got these LED lights on the back. And the color on this, as I said, is a green. It's called the Land Breeze Green Pearl Metallic is what it's called. It comes with a sunroof as well, if you can see. But yeah, overall, this is where the charging is. Here. So at the front. But yeah, it really looks the part. And it's going to continue. So if you're thinking this is replacing the Vitara, it's not. It's going to continue alongside it. There's going to be no changes to the design of the Vitara at the moment to bring it in line with this, but there you go, it's another option for you. So let's check out the boot. It actually opens from down here. It's manual, it's not powered, but that's fine. It's a light boot, and the reach is not too high either. In here you do have 60/40 split folding seats. You have got a dual floor. Under the floor you've got compartments for charging cables, or you know, mithai boxes for your Diwali parties if you like, or anything like that. Infinity woofer speaker here. It's very well equipped. Of course, this is the Ultra model, so this is the top of the range car, and it's very well kitted out. Now before I get in here, notice the door handle for the rear door is up here. Now it's interesting because a number of manufacturers have done this sort of thing and then got rid of them in the second generation, but eVitara persists with it. I guess the reason they get rid of it is because to get your fingers in there, but actually I've always liked that because it's kind of a hidden door handle, isn't it? There's the interior. Let's get into it. Now this driver's seat is set for my driving position, and I'm 6'1" and a bit. It's a bit echoey in there. That's it. It's that cabinet with the door open. Close the door. And I'm sitting a little bit higher, so quite close to the roof line. Again, the floor is a bit higher on this car because the battery obviously is in the floor. Knee room is not a problem. Feet are just about okay, just about, but not a lot of wiggle room. And the shins are fine as well, so that's quite good. The other thing is that actually you can see slide. The seat is on its further back setting. This is the furthest most back that it will go. Hence, I've got all this room. But you could, and again, that would give you more luggage space as well. So that is, if I didn't mention, that's about 300 liters of space, go up to 560 liters of space. Over here, you have the chargers. So you got the two USB-C, it looks like, is it USB-C and USB? So there's a little pocket here. You got Isofix Chelsea anchor points. You got this nice sort of tan accented leather-like or whatever it is upholstery. Across here, there is no armrest, but yeah, other than that, it's not too bad. I like this texture on here as well. That's quite nice. So not too bad back here. Let's see what the front is like. Oh, banged my head there. Here we are inside the eVitara. Check this out. So it's actually synthetic leather, I found out. So it's two-tone. This is canvas. This is, I think, synthetic leather. This is synthetic leather. This is nice. This is soft touch, actually. It's textured, so you can actually feel that. This is a little bit harder there, but there's a nice little bit of design touch. This is also textured as well, but a nice sort of design element there. Really like that. Enough space for cup holders. This is very nice. It's got actual buttons. It's got wireless charging here, cup holders. That's your gear stuff. This is an extra shelf. So this is a floating center console, as they say. And down here you've got all your charging. So you've got normal USB and a USB-C as well down there. And I think there's a 12-volt power supply there as well. And you've got a cubby box, which is down here, quite deep. That's pretty good. And that's your e-brake, your hold. This is off-roady stuff. This is actually your regen. This is drive mode, and on the all-wheel drive version, on the ALLGRIP version, you get the trail button, which is down there, and the trail button is for diff lock, which we'll try later. That's your gear lever. This is your steering wheel, and all the controls are down here. So you do actually get buttons, and you get buttons for the wing mirrors and stuff like that. You can even fold them in. Well, you could. Maybe not now. Maybe when I start it. So let's start it. So here's the button here. Let's pull back so I can show you what it does. And there you go. Comes to life with a bit of music, doesn't it? A bit of fanfare. Bit of Diwali lighting going on. There's a camera. There's your 360 camera that you've got there, which is actually showing you all around and underneath the car. So that could be quite useful. Wonder how you get to that, because I didn't know that before. I've actually driven the car already, so I'm doing this video. The video is in normal sequence. The drive segment will come after this, but I actually, in terms of reality, I have actually driven it already. But it's just the nature of being at a car launch and how time dictated stuff. So there's your screen, and over here there's an info button, and on the info button you can scroll through. And so why isn't it doing? Because it was actually before. I need to, what do I need to do? Cancel. So one of the things I found with this car, it won't let you move, it won't let you do anything until you fasten your seatbelt. So let's fasten our seatbelt, and now you get the full display, see? Now you actually get the full display. It's quite strict. It's like a strict Indian school's headmistress. You must put your seatbelt on. Okay, so now I can scroll through the info. There you go. So you got the map, you get radio, and actually you can just cycle through these. So you get that, and then you get your how much charge you got left, 82%. So I had 94% with over 210 miles. I got it down to 82 with 190. And then you've got your map as well on there. That's the information you get there. You got your cruise control, which is very easy to use. Here's the camera. So here's where you get your. So actually, I didn't use this when I was off-roading, but we should have used this when we were off-roading. Actually, that would have been quite helpful because that gives you a full 360 around the car, and you can even do that. How clever is that? That's pretty cool. And it gives you the front, the rear, and I'm sure that if I go into reverse gear, then it will give me a 360 back of the camera as well. Let me put that back into park. You got bottle holders there, and this is the actual button. So you got volume knob, which is quite good. There you go. Okay, calm down. And you got actual buttons for the AC. So if I click that, then your temperature goes up and down on the screen, so as you can see there. And then here you've got your hazard button, so that's quite good. Vents are all around. Let's see what we've got on the screen now. So home, showing a map at the moment, and there you go. I wonder if this slides. No, so I guess if you click that, you can go into the radio, so you can get that. If you click that, you got the apps, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Interesting. You do get an app as well for this car. This car is one of the other things I should tell you about the car is that it's a completely new platform. Although they're calling it the same name, was a hard tech. It's an existing Suzuki platform, but actually it's a whole new one. I thought maybe it was a modified one, but it actually is from the ground up, brand new for Suzuki. And there you got your sat nav, your music, your app. Over here you got vehicle. So what's in vehicle? So vehicle, driving range, the average, how much you're using, your tire pressure monitor, EV, so it tells you when it's using the EV and stuff like that. System check, ADAS, so you've got all your ADAS system, lane departure, all the rest of it. I have to say, driving this car, one of the things I found was the ADAS stuff. Although you did feel that the wheel trying to take control a little bit, but it was relatively unobtrusive, which is what I like. I do like it to be not so, some cars, it's like you're almost fighting the car. But in this car, that wasn't the case. It was relatively subdued, which is quite good. So that's quite good. In here, you get a sunroof as well, which is actually just a manually sliding cover on here. So, and other than that, the seating position, I'm finding this is a bit short for me. But having adjusted myself a little bit, it's fine since I got into the back. It's the same adjustment, but previously I did have to adjust it a few times, and it took a while, but it's okay. It's not too bad. And for the left leg, there's room down there as well as a footrest there as well. So that's all great. So there you go. Quite nice in the front, quite nice in the back, reasonably practical. What's it like on the road? Well, I've already found out, but join me now as I take you for a drive. Hey guys, while I've got your attention, make sure that you hit like, share, and subscribe and support independent journalism channels like mine. You can do that at patreon.com, ko-fi.com, and of course right here on YouTube you can take out a voluntary paid subscription, or you can buy my books. I've got 3 books out at the moment: a full action thriller, The Ulez Files, a collection of short stories, The Quantum Races, and How to Do What I Do, How to Be an Automotive Content Creator. All of those books are on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited. If you buy any of those books, I'll be grateful, but if you buy all 3, I'll enter you into a prize draw to win this keyring and badge. This is an exclusive set. There's only 20 of these. 2 of them have already gone out, so there's still 18 left of these to be won if you buy all 3 of these books and send me proof that you have them. Now back to the video. So here we are in the eVitara, on the move already. We've just set off from the hotel actually, where it's based, where the launch is actually based. I've just gone into sports mode now because we're on a tiny lane, but it's empty, and we're doing a brisk speed, so might as well go into sports. But I didn't detect a lot, actually. I'm just switching between the modes. Okay, it kind of slows down a little bit in eco. Sport, let me just try the throttle response again. So let's go back into normal. I'm back on the throttle. Let me just see, if back on the throttle, and let me hit sports. I mean, it just kind of, it feels like it frees it up a little bit, but it doesn't seem to do much in terms of giving it more performance. But I have to say, we're motoring along at some speed now already in the Vitara. I literally just set off, and it immediately feels comfortable and what have you. It's quite a high vehicle in the sense that you can feel, although they talk about this platform having a lower center of gravity, but there's no doubt that I feel like I'm perched on top of the platform, and the ride is significantly transmitting enough for you to feel the texture of the road and the way the car is moving. So, but the road is actually quite rough. Like I said, it's a single lane track. It's quite a rough track. So it's doing well to keep its composure on this road at a decent sort of speed. I feel like I'm sitting quite upright in the car again, and quite close to the dashboard, and I keep sort of adjusting the seat back a little bit. You will see in the intro, I'm actually going to film the intro section will be filmed once I've got this seat set properly, so you'll be able to see exactly the sort of space that I have behind me myself when I'm sitting in the car. But I have moved it back twice a little bit since I've just been driving it. I think I'm getting a little bit more comfortable now. It doesn't go any lower, but it can go higher, so it will go higher. It's all power assisted on this seat anyway, at least on the driver's side, this obviously being the top spec car. We're still in sports mode. Good response. I mean, it feels nice, tight quality, this thing, just as you'd expect from a Suzuki. Really, honestly, it does have that Suzuki feel in the sense that it's a quality product. We're getting a whine, it's almost like, it's like building up like something out of a science fiction movie, right? That's that kind of noise it's sort of making. And the rear window is it's not too bad, but the headrest seems to be taking up quite a lot of space. But it's not too bad. I think the mirrors are not too bad either. And they're a bit smaller, actually, than I would have liked. So, could have maybe done with wider side view mirrors. But otherwise, the visibility is not proving too much of an issue, despite those apparent foibles with the car. There's quite a bit of rigidity you can feel at the back of this, and so you do have I just sense a little bit of lateral movement there, but it's planted. Otherwise, it's just that you can feel that there's a bit of rigidity, as you often get in EVs, and I think this is no different. One of the advantages of this Suzuki is that it's not too wide, so on these little narrow country roads, it doesn't feel a handful at all. It feels very, very manageable, despite the fact that it's a spacious, handy little SUV. But it doesn't feel like it's too big or too wide or too bulky for these roads. One interesting thing I've just noticed is that I've moved the steering. Obviously, it's adjustable for reach and rake. So in terms of rake, I've moved it to its topmost setting for me. And there's a little pad on top of the steering column, and that slightly obscures the display. It just obscures the bottom bit where it's showing the car on the road. This graphic where they show you the car, actually how it's placed on the road. I'm not losing much information aside from, that it's just obscuring that bit. So it's not too big of an issue, but I just thought that was interesting. Range is showing 210 miles at 94% charge. It should have more, but I think that already, because I guess I've not been sparing. Right, okay. I've not been sparing the electrons, so possibly that might have something to do with it adjusting its prediction for the mileage, especially now that we're in sports mode. Actually, let me take it out of sports mode, because we are now going to a little village. It hasn't made a huge difference, actually. No, it's still on 210 miles. Because often when you do this on EVs, they change the mileage prediction, but this one is staying the same. The steering's actually got some heft to it, even though it's not in sports mode now, so I don't think that's making a lot of difference. But steering has got some heft to it, which I like. I don't like too light steering, and this steering is it feels good to me. Of course, no feedback, but I just like the fact that it feels a meaty steering, Right, so let's get it up to motorway speeds. We're on a dual carriageway now. Bit of wind noise. Not a lot of road roar, as you often get in EVs. But yeah, you are getting some wind noise from the doors, from the top of the doors here. Definitely sense that, but not really an issue. Just, you know, slight, that sort of thing bothers you. Cruise control was pretty easy. I just pressed the button and that was it. Well, I'm coming off now anyway, so that was a bit pointless. But acceleration, actually, you know, and the thing is they've tuned it well so that it's not overwhelming. It doesn't do the EV instant thing, but it is in some way linear. But it's pretty solid. It's pretty substantial. So I try a little bit on these more interesting, twistier roads. The brakes actually need quite a bit of heft to them. They're not as linear as I would like, but the turn-in was quite good. The body control around the corner was actually quite good, actually, for despite the fact that I've been saying that it feels like you're quite high up and you're a bit floaty, but actually when you throw it into a corner, it seems to settle down quite nicely. There's still that element of, you know, you are perched up on it, though. There's no question about that, but not too bad. But again, you know, this is not a sports car. It's not something that, you know, with your kids, your family in the back, you're going to be chucking around. But having said that, there's no reason why you can't have a little bit of fun when you're out on your own. Okay, so we are now in the ALLGRIP version of the eVitara, the 4x4, and this has a little bit more torque. It's got the same horsepower as the two-wheel drive, but it's got 300 Newton meters of torque. It's a little bit quicker from standstill, and we are now going to do a little bit of an off-road section. So we're going to be trying see how it feels off-road. This is all automatic. They told me I don't have to press any buttons or anything. It just will take care of itself. There is one trail button here, and they said at one point we'll ask you to use that. But other than that, they said you don't have to do anything. Off you go. Brilliant. Let's see how it... So here we are, weaving our way through a forest. Just been over a hill. I mean, this is general stuff, but we are...
We could, but we can, and good idea to have hill descent control on again now.
So obviously you can hear that we are being given instructions by the lead car in front of us. So the car has a front and rear motor. So there's two motors obviously on the ALLGRIP. And we've got hill descent, as I mentioned. So we're now on quite a bumpy off-road track. I guess, you know, they might have anticipated rain, in which case it would have been a little bit more slippier and trickier, but this is fine at the moment anyway. So the car is now following the ruts of the road, moving about a little bit. So now actually now the 4x4 is starting to earn its living a little bit, you know, but it is slipping a little bit. But once you sort of modulate your steering and your throttle input, and then you can get it back on track. But yeah, if it was raining, it would be, I guess, a little bit more interesting, yeah. So we've got trail mode activated, which is kind of like diff lock. And we're doing a sort of an uphill slalom kind of thing, which we can do at a bit of pace. So we'll see what that's like. Here we go, getting a bit of acceleration around these cones. Let's see what we can do. Understeer, and we've got it turned around. Let's spin it around. Let's get it around. Let's kill that understeer. Power on through these cones. Nearly taken out a cone, and there we are. End gate is there. That's a bit of fun.
From everyone coming up here. Next car.
There we go. Let's punch it. We're getting a bit of acceleration. Remember, this has got 300 Newton meters of torque. We've got some sideways slippery action. So just ease off there. I've still got the trail mode on, so diff lock is active.
Next car.
There you go. Let's go. Well, we're really getting some sideways fun here. Here we go. A little bit understeer, and let's chuck it in. A lot of understeer. Missed the last gate. So there you go, that's the car off-roading, and it can be a lot of fun, as you can see, but I think more than fun, really, it's about utility and the ability to make sure that you've got grip when you need it in a car like this, because honestly, you're not really going to be doing this sort of stuff in this sort of car. But yeah, it can perform off-road, and it's got some features here that help you when you really need to be off-road. So there you go, overall, I mean, not bad at all. The ride, I think, could be a little bit better, but the performance is there, the handling is there, it still feels like a Suzuki, and it's great value for money in terms of what you're getting. Decent range, decent usability. I mean, I've been using the throttle quite heavily, and I'm still showing 200 miles range on this thing. So not bad at all. So there you go. That's what I think of the new Suzuki e-Vitara. A very nice new entrant into the market, into that EV segment, into the affordable under 40k bracket EV segment. Check it out, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Shout out time, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, if you enjoy my content, why not get involved? Buy me a coffee. You can do that at either of these links, or if you're watching on YouTube, buy me a thanks or take out a membership. It all helps, it really does.